Deep within an ancient sun-dappled forest, there lived a bear whose strength was lauded by all who had crossed paths with him. His massive shoulders and thick, rippling muscles sent a quiet hush through the undergrowth whenever he passed. The other creatures, deer, foxes, and wolves alike, spoke of him in wary whispers, and the bear himself, swaggering from one end of the forest to the other, could not help but drink in this admiration. More than once, he had looked upon his mighty paws, flexed his claws, and thought, "There is no one here who can match me." One warm afternoon, the bear lounged in a sunbeam, contentedly feasting on a fresh catch of salmon by the gentle banks of a winding stream. It was, the bear decided, a perfect moment where nature bowed to his presence and all was in order. Yet, just as he was enjoying his meal, a small, insistent buzzing cut through the silence. A golden blur zipped past his face. The bear's whiskers twitched with irritation, but the bee was undeterred, zigzagging close to his nose. Fueled by pride, the bear swiped at the intruder, intent on smashing it. But while he was strong, the bee was clever. In a blink, it darted aside and landed a quick, sharp sting right on the bear's sensitive snout. The sting was piercing. The bear let out an angry, booming roar that echoed through the clearing.
"How dare you, of all creatures, you dared to sting me? You'll regret this."
Embarrassed and stinging, his pride wounded more than his skin, the bear glared at the empty space where the bee had vanished. Rage blossomed in his chest like wildfire. He vowed then and there that no such insult would go unpunished. The rest of his meal was consumed in silence, but the pain on his snout was a constant reminder. All thoughts of peace vanished, replaced by a burning desire for revenge. As soon as he finished licking the last morsels from his claws, the bear lumbered into the forest, sniffing the air for the scent of honey and beeswax. He crashed through undergrowth, alert and single-minded, until the telltale hum of many wings reached his ears. There, nestled between the high branches of an old oak, hung a large, bustling hive. Bees flitted in and out, glinting gold in the shafts of sunlight. Without a moment's hesitation, the bear reared up and, with fury coursing through his veins, tore the hive from the branch with a single, powerful swipe. The structure burst open, spilling comb and honey onto the forest floor. The startled bees, roused from their work and their peace, surged from the shattered hive in a black and gold cloud. In seconds, the swarm enveloped the bear. Dozens, then hundreds, then thousands of bees darted and stabbed with sharp, tiny stings. The bear snarled and battered at the air, twisting and turning, trying to outrun the pain. Every inch of his thick fur, every exposed patch of skin, felt the relentless jabs of the bee's anger. Overwhelmed, the great bear stumbled backwards until his paws tangled in roots and soft earth, and he crashed down beside the ruined hive. He rolled and writhed, trying to escape, but the bees would not be so easily driven away. The pain was blinding, and the buzzing a roaring storm inside his ears. At last, when the bear could struggle no more, the swarm withdrew. They returned to what was left of their home, mourning the loss, but resolute, leaving the once mighty bear groaning in agony on the forest floor, his pride as battered as his wounded body. Night fell slowly, cool and gentle, As the stars blinked awake above the trees, the bear lay beside the splintered hive, his breath shallow and ragged. The lesson, clear as the moon hanging in the sky, pressed upon him heavier than any wound he had suffered. His anger, unchecked and wild, had cost him far more than a single bee sting ever could. What began as a fleeting irritation ended in ruin and pain, all because, instead of letting go, he had let rage guide his actions. And so, as the forest settled into silence, the bear understood at last. Even the strongest may fall if anger blinds them, and revenge, untempered by thought, can turn a small hurt into a lasting defeat.
Bedtime, children, listen.
Press follow as well. Thank you.